Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome to video number 6 in the 30 for 30 business lessons in 30 days challenge. I see the scheduling got goofed up with the video posting and they weren't posted over the weekend, so we're just gonna push the challenge out a little bit. So here's video 6. And if you like business videos and learning how to get a lawn landscape business started, how to grow, how to market, how to manage, which is a lot of it, like stress and operationally and all that sort of stuff, be sure to go down below and subscribe and also hit the bell for the notifications. So that way you know when each one of these videos is uploaded. So I get a ton of videos that talk about, or not video, what am I saying? I get a ton of questions asking about, like okay, so YouTube comments and like emails, Facebook messages, Instagram messages, all that sort of stuff. People asking questions about what if this happens? So what if it rains? What do I do? If it's, what if one of my mowers breaks, or what if or my truck breaks down, or what if a customer doesn't pay, or all these sorts of things. And the first thing that I have to say is stop worrying about the what ifs, because they are not what is. They are just manufactured situations in your mind that aren't occurring live, real time, in real life. So what you need to do is stop thinking about the what ifs, worry about what is. What is your problem right now? That if you're just starting out, what is your problem? You need sales. Get sales coming in. Get clients. Get customer. Whatever word you want to use for them. Get a customer, and then worry about those types of things. If you're someone who has no customers and you're worrying about, well, what if a customer doesn't pay? You need to change your mindset. Stop worrying about what if, because it's a situation that couldn't even happen right now because you don't have any clients. So I will, though, admit that it's something that your society like just trains you to do, and I don't understand why. Well, actually I understand exactly why. So we can raise people into be worker bees and have employees for major corporations and government and all that sort of stuff, and that's just how the economy works. So now that people have like a voice on YouTube and all that sort of stuff, people are able to learn other topics, or things not related to becoming a worker bee, a lot easier. So I will also admit, though, that like 2013, 2014, I really struggled with this. And it wasn't about me worrying about what if a customer doesn't pay, but it was worrying about like just things that weren't anywhere near happening. So one of the biggest things was DOT. Well, holy crap, what if I get pulled over by DOT and I get a big $2,000 or $5,000 fine because one of my buddies had potentially had faced a $10,000 fine because he had put his skid loader in the dump trailer and didn't strap it down, or his guys actually did that while they were on their way home, like before 4th of July weekend or something, and they were lazy and they were tired of working, so and they had a long weekend coming up, so they didn't want to think about that stuff. And I'm thinking, holy crap, what if that happens to me? If with the mowers not being strapped down in the enclosed trailer, and they're not strapped down enough, I should say. And what if I get a big fine? I can't, $2,000, holy crap, for an unsecured load, or what, like things that just were not relevant and they were not happening in my situation. Another one that actually could have happened, but was, well, what if my truck breaks down? Because for a good chunk of time in 2013, only had one truck. So holy crap, what if my one truck breaks down, and that means we can't get all the mowing done on Monday and Tuesday, and then Wednesday and through the rest of the week, how are we going to get that landscape project done? There's rain in the forecast for Friday. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Holy crap, holy crap, holy crap, holy crap. And at that point, or after a lot of that, I kind of just had to look back and realize, okay, let's be a little bit more logical about this. And this is what I'm sure a ton of owners face, is just what if, what if, what if, what if, what if, what if. Stop worrying about the what ifs. Fuck the what ifs. Sorry for swearing, but fuck the what ifs. Worry about what is. So for example, I had the brake lines on one of my trucks back in 2014, and I was driving it, thankfully, so I knew exactly what to do. But brake lines broke, one of them, or whatever it was. Oddly enough, the next day I was going to be bringing it to a shop to get the DOT inspection, so that way it's all up to code once it passes and stuff. But thankfully, I had the enclosed trailer behind, and I used the trailer brakes to slow down, so I was able to stop. If I didn't have the trailer behind me, I probably would have rear-ended somebody. And it was a rapid stop from 50 miles an hour to almost stop, because there was a ton of traffic, morning rush hour traffic and all that sort of stuff. But that is a situation where you realize, okay, we got to figure out what the heck we're going to do. So I was able to get it to a shop, unhook the trailer there at the shop, and they were able to do the work there and get all the brake lines done and whatnot and get back on the road. But it took until like 5 o'clock that day. So that's a situation where you really need to realize, okay, got customers lined up for the day that need to get mowed, and lawns need to get dethatched and all this sorts of stuff. And that's when you realize, okay, it's, well, first off, this is one of the things I struggled with, was just thinking it was a super code red emergency if a customer's lawn didn't get mowed on this specific day due to something unforeseen happening, like a truck breaking down or mower breaking down, or what if one of your guys doesn't show up and you have to uh, you have to do all the work on your own. It's going to take twice as long, or whatever it is. And well, okay, that's probably going to piss some people off, but if someone's lawn doesn't get cut and it has to wait a day, so 24 hours without someone's lawn, that they, even if they have an event or whatever at their place, it's not the end of the world, and it's not a code red emergency if their lawn's not cut. So am I saying to discount the value of your services? Absolutely not a chance in hell. And am I saying to blow off your weekly schedule of mowing? No, not a chance in hell either. But what I am saying is that you don't need to stress yourself into an anxiety attack over grass not being cut, because you can get cut another day. Customers understand that machines break, that people are sick and they don't show up, they aren't able to make it to work that day, or they don't show up for work, or their car broke down, or something happens. People understand. And if they're not someone who's logical and can understand that, then you probably don't want them as a customer, because they're probably a person that's going to cause you a lot of stress in other ways with your business to client relationship in the future. So it's one of those things that you really just got to step back, take a breath, realize, okay, it's not the total end of the world if we can't get to this landscape project, and or whatever the work is that you're needing to do. So just stop worrying about the problems, and worry about them when they actually happen. So for me, that day that the brake lines broke, first thing I did when I got to that shop was emailed the customers that I normally would email with, call the other ones, or text the other ones, whoever the form of communication was, and just say, hey, had an issue with the truck. Be down there tomorrow to get it all, to get the property, to get your lawn dethatched and the grass cut and whatnot. And then also another thing that you can do, if you, depending on your scheduling and whatnot, is call up your other customers and say for the next days. So if it happens Tuesday, for the Wednesday customers, and say, hey, had an issue with the truck today, and it's going to be a little bit later in the day that we're going to mow, or maybe it's even the Thursday that we'll be there. And then if, depending how things go on Wednesday, then you just call up the Thursday customers and say, hey, yeah, we had an issue yesterday. We're just trying to get caught up, working super late to the day, super early as well, to get everything done. It might be a little bit later in the day, or maybe Friday when we're there to mow. And it's just as simple as that. Just don't worry about what if, especially with like DOT and stuff like that. Like I never actually got pulled over at all, thankfully. I would always, before leaving every single job site, I would go to the DOT sting location page on Facebook and for our area, and I'd look at it and make sure that we weren't going anywhere near where they were, to avoid that. So, yeah, that's one of those types of things. But you just don't have, you can't be worrying every single day about what if. And I know that it's something that's really, it took me a lot to overcome, to not worry about, was that type of stuff. And for someone else in a similar position where you're the guy running the show, you're probably pretty young. I was 23, 24, whatever, 8 years, well, 22, 23, depending on what years exactly. But you're really just stressing, and you're super new to running a business in most cases, and handling the stress. And most people don't know how to handle stress, and it's just something that you really have to put that into your head, that hey, the DOT's not running after me, I'm not getting pulled over right now, I don't need to worry about this issue. Or my truck's running just fine, my mower's running just fine, my guys showed up today, I don't need to worry about this. And even if the half your crew doesn't show up, you can just call up the customer and they're probably going to understand. And if not, then you assess it at that point in time. So bottom line, stop worrying about the what ifs, worry about what is, and get out there. And if you're someone who's brand new and you're worrying about, what if a client doesn't pay me on time, stop worrying about that. Go out and get clients to pay you money for services, and then worry about, well, what if they don't pay? And chances are you're probably not even going to have to worry about it. A lot of the things that I was worrying about never actually occurred. Like a lot of like trucks breaking down, that actually didn't really happen very much. It was only like 2 times. Like an alternator went out once, and that was at the very end of the day. It was like 9 o'clock at night after working all day on a landscape project. The alternator went out from on the way back from my shop to home, and I didn't have to actually really do anything. The lights like went out, and it was just about dark out, and then basically made it back home to the driveway and changed out the alternator that night, and all good to go. The other time was that brake line thing, and was able to basically just limp it to a shop and get it fixed, and boom, all said and done. So stop worrying about what ifs, worry about what is. Ingrain that into your head if you're someone who worries about that. And even if you're not someone who worries about it, don't worry about things that aren't happening. Worry about what is in your current problems. So with that said, if you like videos like this, be sure to go down below and subscribe. Hit the bell for the notifications so that way you know when all these videos are uploaded. And my arm's getting really tired, and I'm still not good at looking at the right spot. The camera's right here, and I keep looking at like the screen. So be sure to go down below and subscribe, and we'll see you in tomorrow's video. This has been Matt with Entrepreneurship. We'll see you tomorrow.